Hi friends, welcome to the second lesson in chapter 6. We are solving one-step equations, multiplication and division equations. So before we get to that, let's just remember the goal of algebra. Our goal is to get the variable alone or by itself on a side. Okay, and we do that by doing the opposite of what is with the variable. Okay, so yesterday we had addition and subtraction problems. So they kind of looked like this. We had something like x minus 7 equals negative 11. Okay, and so I ask what is with our variable, and that's a minus 7. So the opposite of minus 7 is a plus 7. We do that to both sides. We bring the x down, that's 0, bring the equal sign down, and we've got negative 4. Okay, so that's what we were doing yesterday. And so today we're going to do multiplication and division problems. So what that looks like is something like this. We could have 20 equals 4x. Okay, right now, when you have a variable right next to a number, or in this case, we can call that the coefficient. Okay, it means multiplying, right? So to undo multiplication, we use division. And in algebra, we write division as fractions, okay? So we're going to divide by 4 and divide by 4, okay? Because 4 divided by 4 really is 1x, right? 1 times x, but we don't write the 1 because Ninja 1. We don't have to because it doesn't affect the values. So basically, if you have 4 divided by 4, it cancels out. So we're left with x on this side. And over here, 20 divided by 4 is 5. And that's how that is done, my friends. Okay, let's try another one. Here we go. This time we've got negative 6a equals 36. So again, when you have a variable right next to a number, it means multiply. So to undo multiplication, we're going to divide, and don't lose your negative. So we're going to divide by negative 6. Now, some people are going to want to add 6. They're going to think that's a minus 6. Right now, that's a negative 6. So we're dividing by negative 6. It's not a subtract in this case. Okay, when you have the number right next to the variable like that. Negative 6 divided by negative 6 is 1, so those essentially go away because we can use our multiplicative identity. If you get it to 1, we don't have to write the 1 because it doesn't change the value. 36 divided by negative 6 is negative 6. Okay? All right, let's do a story problem relating to this situation. The story problem says, there we go. I want to do this one. Mrs. Acosta's car can travel an average of 24 miles on each gallon of gas. So we're going 24 miles per gallon. Write and solve an equation to find out how many gallons of gasoline she will need for a trip of 348 miles. Okay, so basically the idea is she can go 24 miles for each gallon of gas she uses. So 24 times G, and we're going to set that equal to 348 so we can find out how many gallons that we need. Okay, so I'm going to write that on the other paper. 24, I'm going to call this number 4. 24 times the number of gallons, and we're going to calculate that number of gallons to find out how far to go, 348 miles. Okay, so we've got multiplication showing, so we're going to do division to get rid of it. Divide by 24, divide by 24, And G equals, and I'm going to calculator on this one, 348 divided by 24 gives us 14.5 gallons. So that's how many gallons we would need for that road trip. Good times. All right, next up, now we're going to see what the division looks like. Okay, so I'm going to show you. All right. So division problems are going to look, they already start out as fractions. So we're going to have y over -3 equals -8. Okay, so this means y divided by -3 equals -8. When we get to talking about fractions and decimals, I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool and crazy about that situation right there. But for now, just know that this means y divided by -3. So how do we get rid of division? We multiply. And so it'll help you. I like to just do a multiply by -3, and we put it right there. Now it kind of looks like our multiplication problems, right? And whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. -3 divided by -3 is going to just be y. -8 times -3 is positive 24. Woo! All right, let's see if another variation of what this looks like. How about m over 5 equals -7. Okay, so right now we have m divided by 5. To undo division, we multiply, and whatever you do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So now we've got 5 divided by 5, which is 1, so we're just left with m, and -7 times 5 is -35. All right, we'll practice one more and then do a story problem, maybe 2 story problems, and then I think you'll be good to go. All right, we can have the variable in a different spot. So we can have 30 equals b over -6. Okay, so we want to get a variable by itself. In order to do that, we have to get rid of the divide by -6. So to do that, we're going to multiply by -6 and multiply by -6. Okay, -6 times 30 is -180. -6 divided by -6 is 1, and we're left with b. Hopefully that's working out for you, all right? Next story problem. Looks like this. The distance Tina travels in her car while driving 60 miles per hour. So that's our rate for 3 hours is given by the equation this. So you've seen the formula distance equals rate times time. This, what we've done is we've solved for the rate by dividing both sides by the time. Okay, because you can do all of these rules all just with variables. You super can. Anyway, so that's what we have going on here. The distance divided by the time equals the rate is what we've done. They gave you the equation, so we didn't even have to write out the equation. We just have to copy it down. That's nice. So that was d over 3 equals 60. All right, and then we're going to multiply both sides by 3. Multiply both sides by 3, and we get d equals 180 miles in 3 hours. Right. And then I just like to practice the story problems, especially because I know that they can be difficult. So this one says, Antonia earns $6 per hour helping her grandmother. Write and solve an equation to find out how many hours she needs to work to earn $48. So $6 per hour, that means we're going to do $6 times however many hours we work. So I'm going to call that H for for hours. So we're going to have 6 hours, 6 times however many hours, and we want to find out how many hours it's going to take to earn $48. Again, I know that you can just look at this and know, if you know your times tables at all, you know what should go in for H. But we're going to practice doing the correct steps, okay? So, since we have multiplying 6 times H, we're going to divide by 6 and divide by 6. 6's cancel out, we get H. And 48 divided by 6 is 8. So she had to work 8 hours to get $48. Okay, we're even going to do one more story problem just because I'm trying to help you out. This one says, a shark can swim at an average speed of 25 miles per hour. At this rate, how far can a shark swim in 2.4 hours? Okay, so let's fill in. They want the rate equals distance over time. This time, rate is the 25 miles, and the time is 2.4. So I'm going to just fill that into the formula they gave me. So that's 25, that's the rate, equals the distance over 2.4 hours. Okay, and yep, this works with decimals, no problem. Right now we're dividing by 2.4, which means to get rid of it, we're going to multiply by 2.4, multiply by 2.4. And those cancel out, and we're left with the distance. And again, I'm going to calculator because it's easier. 2.4 times 25, and we get 60. So that shark can swim 60 miles in almost 2.5 hours. That's a lot faster than I can swim. Alrighty. Hopefully this is making sense to you, and good luck.